Chefing started off fantastic today because I found my AirPods that I had lost or thought I lost a few months ago. I guess I hadn't worn this apron since the summer and they were just chilling in the pocket. I immediately got started on the dry rub for our pork shoulder, which I was slow cooking in the oven for pretty much the whole day. I deglazed the pan with beer, added some onions and jalapenos along with some fresh squeezed orange juice, and got her in the oven. Then I moved on to lunch prep. I made Carolina Gellin's balsamic vinaigrette, which is my absolute fave, along with some farro. I had a little bit of extra time, so I decided to prep a few salsas that I'd use for dinner before cooking our salmon and assembling our kale salads that I topped with some delicata squash and palm arrows. My clients had 2 guests over for lunch, so there ended up being 4 people total, and everyone really enjoyed the salads, which is always a great thing. While they ate, I organized my dinner prep list and then had a little bowl of leftovers for my own lunch before pulling out the pork from the oven. I also prepped a little chili garlic marinade for the shrimp, and if you hadn't guessed already, I was serving tacos for dinner. So we had the shrimp tacos, we had our carnitas. I also had a black bass aguachile on the menu, so I prepped the fish and then moved on to our aguachile by blending lime juice, cilantro, jalapeno, and salt together to make a beautifully green, vibrant sauce. Once the pork had cooled, I shredded her up and strained out the jus, and then also made a quick guacamole before moving on to dessert prep. I made the churro batter and then transferred them into piping bags so I could easily fry them off after dinner. It was almost time to eat, so I finished off plating the rest of our taco accoutrements, including the elote corn salad, our guacamole, and the salsas I had made earlier before tossing our black bass with some lime juice and plating the rest of our garnishes. I caramelized the carnitas in a hot cast iron and served that alongside our reduced pork jus, and then finished off our black bass, which had essentially cooked in the lime juice, pouring our aguachile over top and finishing with some cilantro and red onion. After dinner, I fried off our churros. I forgot to purchase a more neutral frying oil, so I had to use olive oil, which is not ideal, but it still worked. I also couldn't find any piping tips, so that's why the churros looked a little more rustic. My feet hurt. Okay, signing out.